guys, I keep getting people asking me how I'm making those great suppers that I'm putting on Facebook and on Pinterest and on Instagram. And so I thought I would show you how I make dinner in our house pretty much every night in under 15 minutes. So this is our raclette. It's from Velata. I'm just going to use it as a tabletop grill. I'm not going to have anything melting underneath it today. But basically I leave it set up all the time. The top is really easy. It has an on-off button and an adjustable temperature. I put it on hot to heat up. This is our aluminum top. There's a granite top as well. But when I'm looking for a quick and easy supper, I use the aluminum top as it heats up so quick. So I'm sorry if this is shaky, but I'm doing this while just holding the phone in my hand. So while it's getting ready, I am going to grab my asparagus, which is, I think, our absolute favorite vegetable. And I'm just snapping the ends off because that's how you get rid of the woody part. And by the time I get this done, my grill is going to be heated up enough to start my asparagus. So it's pretty plain supper. It's nothing too fancy, but it is delicious and it is healthy and it is so simple. So, and according to my little timer on my phone here, I'm only a minute and a half in so far. And I stamp my asparagus because I don't like the woody end, and apparently according to the web, that is what you're supposed to do. So we almost always have a bunch of asparagus in our fridge because we love it so much. That one snapped and that one snapped already. Okay, so I just have some butter and I have our 2 rubs here. I'm going to take just a pat of butter, and I'm using the butter not so it's non-stick. I'm using the butter so that it is just for flavor. I'm going to throw it on the grill. I'm going to grab just a bit more. And once it's melted, which will happen pretty quick here, you'll see it's starting to melt. I spread it around. Because that's going to give the flavor for my asparagus. So I have our lemon garlic rub and our smoked paprika rubs, which are my favorite too. The coriander herb is really good on it. Asparagus too. And I actually just put a pinch of this rub, which my lid wasn't put on right, so that's why I'm having trouble. I'm also only one-handed here. I'm going to take just a pinch of my rub, and I'm going to spread it on my grill for my asparagus. So asparagus takes longer to cook than my pork that I'm going to make tonight. And I'm just going to set them down. Look at all that tasty butter. And we could often do more veggies than this. We'll do a second veggie too, but tonight no one's that hungry apparently because the kids have been snacking.
I'm hungry.
I'm making a video. So while that's starting to cook, then I'm going to get my pork ready. I'm just going to grab a plate. And our rubs are meant to be rubbed in, but I will admit I am lazy. And I just sprinkle them on. So we're going to make 3 because there's 3 of us in my family. And I just need a spoon. I'm going to do my smoked paprika tonight. And it does not take very much. Like, this is a tablespoon, just so you know. And I'm going to do all 3 with that. And then I use my fingers. I wash my hands lots in between. And I just rub that on one side. These are pretty thick, so I'm going to actually do both sides. If I have really thin meat, sometimes we get thin steaks, We like the stir fry stuff at Walmart. It's my cheap and easy meat. Dinners, we have steak a lot in our family. There you go. So my meat's ready to go. Asparagus is grilling away there. I don't use the grill side for the asparagus because I want it to be into the butter. While it's cooking, throw my pork on. There you go. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to time how many minutes it takes for everything to cook, and I'll cook the rest when I come 3 minutes into the cooking here. My pork chops are about half done. I'm going to flip them over. And see, I am not that good of a cook. Fully admit it. But this makes the most delicious food. There you go. And our asparagus has been going. Move it around a little bit so it keeps cooking in the butter. It's got another couple minutes to go. So we're probably going to be about another 5 minutes. So far we're at about 8 minutes worth of cooking from the moment I took everything out of the fridge. For about 9 minutes now. Pork chops are almost done. Asparagus is done. I actually have some leftover spaghetti squash from yesterday that we had cooked. We had spaghetti squash Alfredo. And I'm going to put that on here because it's going to get flavored with that lemon garlic. And we actually made our Alfredo spaghetti squash with the same two seasoning rubs. So we had smoked fajita in it and lemon garlic already. Oh, and that way it can just reheat for a couple minutes here. And it's a great way to reheat because unlike microwaving, it doesn't make your food all soft and squashy. It makes it actually taste like you just cooked it. It's a great way to do pizza too. Our granite top you can actually use as a pizza stone in the oven, or you can put it in the freezer and use it for ice cream. So with just this one raclette, you can get lots of stuff. So in Canada here, our raclette costs $180 or $164, $68. You can get it for $84 as a half price item though by hosting a Velata party. Same with our new ceramic knives that just came out. You can host a party and get them for reduced price. So I'm going to let my squash warm up for just a minute, and my pork chops are done. So I'm going to take them off and I'm going to plate my meal here for my kids. So I left this on high the whole time because I had pretty thick steaks, and the asparagus tends to need pretty hot to really kind of sear it. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more lemon garlic on the squash just to give it a little bit more flavor. That's what I love about our rubs, is all the rubs are pre-mixed for you. So you're not running through the spice cabinet trying to figure out what to put for dinner. Alright. So this is a pretty typical meal. We tend to cook on a raclette pretty much every meal we're home. And the great thing is all this cooking, 3 different ingredients, I'm going to have one thing to wash tonight. Cool down, everything's non-stick, it washes up in just a moment, and then it's ready to go for the next night's dinner. And I'm going to put some squash down on our plate there. So everyone asks me how I'm making all these awesome gourmet looking healthy meals for my family. And that's it right there. So that's my meal. So I had 5 minutes prep time and I've had 13 minutes cook time. So that's with making the video. So I'm taking a little bit more time than usual. So in just over 15 minutes, I've got that delicious meal made from the moment I started supper to when we're ready to eat. Thanks guys. Visit my website, kraven.velata.ca.